How's it going? A friendly, inexpensive question. I know he's asking about school. I could talk about other things, but that's not his agenda. He wants to make sure his yearly 5-figure investment into my future is going according to plan. Ultimately, I have no fucking clue what's going on in my classes. The professors are more invested in their ninth hole than their classes, and the TAs can't exactly pick up the slack. Even if they did speak English, it wouldn't magically make my problems with understanding the growth and decay of stocks in their respective markets any easier. I think I just hate the concept of buying and selling something that doesn't even exist. So instead of learning, I spend a mountain of change on a test-taking service to bullshit my way through, and no one blames me. Hell, everyone else is doing the same thing because the only other option is to waste hours at the library and in lectures with professors that manage to bullshit more than we do. Well, Dad, I have adequate grades for you. I just haven't learned anything. Not that it matters anyway. I'm never going to be tested on something that doesn't fucking exist. So here I am. I have a B and enough free time to realize how much it fucking sucks. So I'll just tell him that it is the same as usual, since it is. And then he'll ask how work is going, like nothing is wrong, because nothing is wrong. Well, Dad, I got a raise. I finally made it to double digits for an hourly job. I still work with a bunch of insufferable idiots that manage to do more when they don't show up. But it is okay because no matter how short a staff is, what needs to get done will still get done. Clarice will get her meal in 3 minutes while I'm doing the work of 3 people and saving the company money on labor. Good to think that I'm saving those greedy fucking corporate pigs some money on labor costs. Then the Neanderthal that makes barely more than I do but walks with a bigger stick won't tell me that I did a good job, but I should keep it cleaner. I guess no good deed goes unpunished. I'm sorry you don't have 20 napkins to eat a scone, and yes, cream cheese does cost extra. If you have a problem with that, please direct your attention towards someone other than an hourly worker that is doing what they're told. My dad would say some shit about how bad it was back in his day and that it's just how things are. Great. Things are just fine because that is how they have always been. We'll laugh about something stupid, and before he thinks to second-guess my pre-programmed responses, he'll ask about my free time. Yes, Dad, between the soul-sucking corporate America and the bureaucratic Ponzi scheme I call my university, I have free time. But I'll start with my girlfriend. Things are going as well as they could have been. We were probably doomed from the start since we both possessed an inability to be vulnerable and trusting as a result of our past experiences with romance. All of the prior abuse and toxic relationships were never out of malice, but just innate immaturity. But nevertheless, the damage is done, and toast can never be bread again. And here we are, both second-guessing the direction of the relationship, waiting for that text out of nowhere that it's all over. Overanalyzing even the slightest change in behavior, looking for even the faintest sign of atrophy in interest. Hearing from a friend they saw them hooking up at a party, thinking neither of you are good enough at sex to please each other, or that it's all just fake. All of this adds up to the point where it will shroud whatever romance we could have had. Because if the problem isn't actually there, we will damn well put it there. We have moments where we get a taste of love, but in all honesty, we never stood a chance. But that's okay because I have friends. They're doing as good as I am in school. Half of them are doing more drugs to cope with the relentless bullshit, and the other half that aren't stoned have become unbearable assholes consumed with frustration and depression to the point where I don't have to make problems for them to exist. Of course we could work through our differences, but neither of us want to. Which one do you think I am, Dad? I suppose that question is unfair because all you're going to hear from me is that my friends are doing just fine. Why wouldn't they be? We have more distractions than your generation ever did. I wonder if you think those TikToks you send me will get us to relate with each other. The internet isn't a passing distraction, it's an escape. It's funny how easy it is to spend hours on TikTok, combing through ceaseless bullshit. Maybe it is because life is not fine. Doing nothing is more enjoyable than sitting at my computer listening to a lecture. He won't ask about my interests because I don't have interests anymore. I have distractions. We could engage in small talk about the recent foreign invasion of a country, or the latest world leader to commit ethnic cleansing in a country either too valuable or too powerful for America to do anything about it. Instead, they have to keep allowing billionaires to ejaculate themselves into space while their companies pay pennies to thousands of workers and dump more toxins and pollutants into the environment than all of our 7 billion so-called carbon footprints combined. Sorry, your Amazon package revenue did more damage to the environment than every straw you'll ever use in your life. I can talk about the latest version of an article I've seemed to have skimmed dozens of times about how a recent study into climate change caused by a century of this is going to end the world in 30 years unless, by some miracle, our survival becomes more important than a little bit of profit. But we're past the point of no return. Even if it stops right now, or if I wanted to do something about it, the world that we're saving right now was not the world it was when you were a kid. That 401k isn't going to help me in 40 years when the world is doomed in 30. So every pointless life I know, including my own, will somehow manage to become even more pointless. Why would I give a shit about my future when the overwhelming odds deem me less than an ant? Everything is as it has always been.